So the opening match was Bronson Reed versus Roman Reigns, and you haven't lived until you've heard. The best part of to me of Roman's entrance in this show, because it takes a while again for him to get there, but his music has that slow groove, and there were 30,000 really white people with no rhythm trying to sing Roman Reigns to his music, which it sounded like trying to sing the Partridge Family over Beethoven. It didn't fucking fit.
No, the British fans are very good at it. The French fans haven't been able to successfully nail that part of it.
And maybe there's some kind of, I don't know, problem with the French music, the School of Music, all the famous French composers. They didn't deal in funky Samoan entrance music. And anyway, then they sang with no music. And then finally they rang the bell and they didn't do anything, and the fans sang some more. And then they didn't do anything else, and the fans chanted. And then they did a collar and elbow lockup and milk and got some more chants. And I swear I was like, then there were 1 tackle, 2 tackles, some punches. I said, it's a spot show match. This is not a grudge match. The guy stole his shit. He had his Shula Fala. The whole thing with Heyman. This big fucking animosity they built up, and they're doing the 10 punches in the corner in the first 5 minutes. Did this seem odd to you?
This entire match and the match layout seemed odd to me. It was an endless match with a very long post-match, even though that was better than the actual match. That too took a long time. But this match... They certainly lulled you into thinking it wasn't going to happen. I'll agree with you. This match went forever. This was brutal. This was like these guys doing AEW's main events. Like, we'll do 30 minutes no matter what. They went forever. I didn't even write down how much time. It felt like it went 40 minutes, this match.
Well, hold on. I believe I did.
It felt like 40 minutes. What was it?
40 minutes plus. Counting all of the various things that were going on in the thing.
This was brutal.
And at one point, Michael Cole said, well, Roman Reigns only wrestled 4 times this year, but Bronson Reed's been in the ring every week. Do you think that'll play a part? Wasn't he off for like months with a broken ankle?
Yeah.
Did he just come back not long ago?
And by the way, this comes on the heels of them bragging again on commentary. Like, Roman Reigns held the title as long as almost anyone. Yeah, and he defended the title less times than anyone. Barely wrestled.
But I mean, they'd do something. They'd have a flurry. At one point, Bronson Reed rock-bottomed Roman Reigns on the desk, but then I'm making notes like Bronson Reed stops Roman Reigns, gets slow-paced heat. Why can't anybody go all out for 9 minutes and tear the house down and leave anymore? The fans were singing during a chin lock, long chin lock. 10 minutes in, I'm saying, hurry up.
Imagine how wrestling fans would treat Big John Studd differently today if when he was putting someone in a chin lock, they all sang. It changes the whole atmosphere. It makes guys seem better than they are.
Well, actually, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it seems obvious that people are just entertaining themselves at the expense of things in the match you're trying to get over if you're one of the guys in the match. I mean, Reed can get aggressive, but he's 300 and whatever pounds. He can't be aggressive for 30 minutes straight, and he's more impressive when he is aggressive. But I wrote, get the pace is glacial, nothing wrong, just slow. And then they started some, big false finishes, whatever. Bronson Reed foiled a spear, hit a power bomb, got a 2 count. And then finally they set it up. Roman Reigns got a Samoan drop off the top rope and speared him 1, 2, 3. It's kind of okay. They just finished. The energy wasn't there. And the match was 20 minutes plus, and I wrote 10 would have been fine. But then Paul is trying to comfort or resuscitate or whatever Bronson Reed, and Roman Reigns sees Paul and his shoes. And then Paul turns around and sees Roman Reigns. And he begs and pleads, and oh, my tribal chief, I've always loved you. And Paul handed over the shoe La Fala, and that got a big pop. But then, oh, bless him, they had to get Roman Reigns, for what they're going to do, had to get his hands on the manager, get his hands on Paul to some extent. But because of Paul's current condition, I don't know when he's ever going to have this thing. It may be twins or triplets by now. But Roman Reigns grabs him in a front face lock while Paul is standing up, and then slowly lets him go to his knees as he chokes him out. Poor Paul. How old is Paul now, Brian? Is he 60 yet? What is he, 5 years younger than me? We've talked about this before.
Yeah, we have, and I don't remember. Let me check. Paul Heyman.
He can't be 60 yet.
59 years old. It says here 231 pounds.
Ha! What year was that written? 1997? Anyway, he front face locked him and he slowly slumped to the ground. Bless him. Bless his little heart. I would have gone for the big bump if it had been me. You know me, Brian. I was like the Chris Colt of wrestling managers. Can't give me too many bumps, but oh, well, we don't want anybody to get hurt. Anyway, so then Roman Reigns gets on the desk. He's celebrating. He's signing the shoes and tossing them to the crowd. And then here comes Braun Breaker with a spear, announce desk to announce desk. It just blistered him. And then they see Jelly Roll in the crowd shitting over that. Jelly Roll went to Paris for this show?
Well, no, I think they did say that he has a concert there. It just so happens that he's there. I think they said.
No, it just so happens. He's not a stalker. It just so happens he shows up in Paris.
You kind of have to be an international celebrity to be able to afford these ringside tickets to some of these shows.
Well, but it just seems odd that the scheduling would be. I think he's trying to follow them around. I think he's got the fever now. He's got the fever in the morning and fever all through the night. You give me fever.
Oh, boy.
What is French jelly?
Is there a cure for this fever? That's the question a lot of the listeners are asking themselves.
Well, anyway, here came the officials. The heels helped Paul up and milked it forever while Roman's down and they're leaving. And then Braun came around and gave him another spear. And then they threw Roman in and Bronson Reed splashed him. And then all the officials and the security and everybody, they get the stretcher out, and the EMTs and the heels again are taking forever to go. And you see the cameras on still going back and forth on everybody. So you're kind of realizing that something else is going to happen. And then finally, he gets on the stretcher, and then Reed comes back, another splash. And then Jey Uso comes out and makes a comeback. But they stop him, and they get him down. And then they finally end up splashing Roman again. It's just that last part easily took another 10 minutes. So this whole thing was, and the bell didn't ring for the match till we were 15 minutes into the show because the spots, the commercials, the travelogues, and the entrances. So it took a while.
Oh, yes.
Was there heat? Did you feel it? It wasn't scalding.
Was there heat? Singing isn't heat. Smiling and dancing and singing isn't heat. I think they enjoyed watching and singing to the show, is what I think it was. It took forever. Then they had to strap him to the thing. Then he just knew it was going to keep going, and it did. But it also led itself to an angle for the rest of the show to get rid of everyone. I guess you could say that. It almost got rid of me.
Yeah.